All right, welcome to Feisty Chess. I've got white against Wolf 777, playing a 10-5 game on Lichess. And I'm going to play against my better judgment, the King's Gambit. Okay. This is what I play against the King's Gambit, and best move is taking here. This is the Falkbeer Countergambit. I don't see this too often. I don't play the King's Gambit too often either. That's the main move. Black should probably know what to do here. I like to play a system with c6, the Nimzovich Countergambit. But the main move is e4, the old move in the Falkbeer Countergambit. Okay, there's the move. Now maybe I don't quite know what to do here. d3 seems to make sense. I'm looking at bishop b5 check. That doesn't seem very in the spirit of the opening. Knight c3 seems reasonable. Bishop c4 also seems reasonable. Knight c3 seems to make the most sense. Bishop b5 check. You'd think I would know this. I mean, I play the Falkbeer. I just don't play this main line, so bishop b5 check. And then if he puts a piece on d7, I just go bishop c4. But then knight b6. Okay. This actually reminds me of... Okay, well, he's going to gambit the pawn for real. We will take that. Alrighty. Where does my bishop want to be? Maybe I can get away with queen e2 here. No, I can't. Okay, bishop on c4 looks good. I need to pick up the pace here. Okay, I've got an extra pawn. Black doesn't seem to have anything too worthwhile for that pawn. If queen d4, maybe I go queen e2. My knight wants to come to e2, but I may need to... There's d3. And there's bishop b3. Bishop c5 is the follow-up, most likely. So I'm probably going to need to get queen e2 in anyway. Bishop e3, bishop c5, and then I'll have to play queen e2 anyway, won't I? No, there's knight. Well, there's not really. All right, I'm going to go for queen e2. And now I can actually play knight f. Yeah, okay. Knight f3 is possible now. Well, that looks nice. That queen's going to have to go somewhere inconvenient. Okay, exploiting that pin. So the point of e4 is not a good one here. I mean, the point of one of the points of e4, I gather, in this line is that it takes f3 away from the knight, but no longer. So where are you going to run with your queen? Are you going to stay on this diagonal so I can't castle? I'll probably follow up with knight c3. The queen can't keep in touch with this pawn, at least immediately. I could even play knight g5 after this. Actually, that looks really good. I had originally thought by playing queen e2, I had just limited myself, okay, my knight's going to have to come to e2. And when I thought I got to play queen e2, I was like, I need to figure something else to do with that knight. And it worked out, didn't it? So yeah, knight g5. And he doesn't have a way to really defend. Honestly, I can get d4 in right now. I can just keep gaining on this. Isn't d4 a good move to play here? And maybe queen d6. Knight g5 looks too powerful. I think I'll just leave that pawn. Is that going to get me too far behind in development? I don't know, but I'm getting too far behind in clock, so I got to go for it. Oh, he has knight d5 here. But then I've got queen takes, pawn check. That's got to be good for me. Knight d5 might be the best he has. Okay, up a pawn with an attack. Honestly, when I played King's Gambit, I wasn't expecting it to go so well. I don't play it too often. I usually play the Vienna game and delay the idea of f4, a move. It's generally better in the Vienna lines, but I like a change up once in a while. And it is a gambit, after all, the King's Gambit. Okay. That is not one I'd seen coming. Should have. If I check here, yeah, I'll take away castling privileges and I'll make a space for my queen, gain another pawn, and propose a queen trade. Okay, he's not keeping an attack on that bishop. I could try knight takes pawn here. Queen a6 also looks good. Threatening to win the rook in the corner. Oh, no, no. There's a knight that will take me on a6. Okay. Knight takes pawn. This is a very tactical line. I think it works. Knight takes, bishop takes queen, knight takes queen, bishop takes knight, king takes bishop, and I'm up 2 pawns. Although his pieces are coming out a little more quickly, I should be fine there. Oh, and knight takes with check. Yeah. Knight takes, and then other critical lines. If he takes with the knight, I can take the bishop with check. Okay, yeah, I'm going for this. I noticed that if queen here, attacking my bishop, this is a check, and then he has to take, and then I can take this bishop with check, and then my bishop can clear out later. I won't be able to take it if the queen's pinned, though, but I'll still be okay. I won't win a piece, but I will be still up. So this all works out tactically. Knight takes. I have to watch out for mate threats here. If I go for queen takes bishop, maybe queen takes knight would be a better idea in that case. Queen takes bishop is check. Okay, we got to choose. Ooh, I've got a nice threat on e8 if I take here, but this one's a check. Ooh, he has to be really careful where he steps after that check. Take, check. I'll win that knight if he's not careful. And if he sidesteps over here, then I can just... Let's take the bishop with check. Okay, he found the right move. I'm up 3 pawns. I can just simplify. Let's go here. If he takes over here, I can just castle. I'm happy to castle. If he takes on c2. I could go knight a3 as well. Probably castle. Okay, backs off with the knight. Let's just come back and guard that point. Okay, he's now threatening the rook. Yeah, I'm safe here. Something tells me I should have gone for the knight earlier. But I'll be okay. I'll be okay. Got a queen side I gotta get activated. And again, black's king side isn't a whole lot better. But his clock sure is. Okay, I'm thinking like knight comes to c3, d3, bishop d2. Okay. We can guard that threat. Now when I play d3, I'll play it with tempo. Okay, he's going for it. That looks like a dangerous move. Oh, and it definitely is. It's okay, I'll get 2 pieces for the queen and solve some of my development problems. Okay, d4 is up next. Alright, we got a heck of a game on a low time control here. I still like my chances. I mean, materially, I'm up 2. But this is a tough one to make work, isn't it? d4. Oh boy. Living on the edge here. Not going well. This is not going well. We got to get our pieces active here. Ooh, that was the time to play. There, wasn't it? Okay, I've got some shenanigans I can pull here. My king is actually quite safe. Let's go for this check. Ooh. I got a little bit of a mating idea. Okay, here comes our mating idea. It's going to be a swindle if it works. Knight A4 is the mate. It's going to work. That's why I played A3 earlier. Whew. Oh, man. Yeah, maybe he'll resign. After King A5, it's Rook A7 mate. I'd pre-move it if I could, but I've turned my pre-moves off. Okay, a swindle for sure, and not a model game. But I've taken many months off. I've played a few 10-0 games on chess.com to kind of warm up. Oh, okay, he resigned. Let's look at it, and I'll show you that mate right at the end there. This is why I played A3. Looked like maybe a useless move, but or just a it's the kind of move you can get away with in time trouble, because your opponent might think he's trying to make moves. But now this means this is a mate. If I hadn't played A3, say I'd gone for this a move earlier, check immediately. Oops. Same situation here. Check here. Now the knight's guarded, but the bishop isn't. The king comes here. And I mean, I might still be okay here. I might still have a forced mate with A3 coming. But the thing is, black has checks. But I should be able to hide from those checks. But anyway, it's yeah, maybe that was a better way to play. But I went with a sneakier way, where I played a3 instead. And when I move my knight here to c3, I'm just thinking I could have a check on a4. I'm looking for checks. I'm looking for... And it turns out there was a checkmate at the end of that sequence, but I made this preparatory move. And this is a sneakier move. There might even be a force mate the other way, but this gives him ways to go wrong, right? He's probably thinking that move's not anything. But now... Yeah. Okay. Let's look at the game. After e4, d3 is the main move. Bishop b5 check is not played very often. I wonder what the computer thinks of it. Dead draw. So d3, knight c3. Makes sense. I saw knight c3, knight f6, and then... I can see. Okay, that makes sense. Bishop c4. What is... Well, anyway, we went bishop c5. Bishop b5. And now c6. D takes, and it likes knight takes. B takes, and I go back to bishop c4, and yeah, I like this position for white. I think knight takes is better. You're walking into a pin, but more importantly, you're getting that knight developed where he wants to be. And actually, in lines like this, let me show you a trap in this kind of counter gambit scenario with this, very similar to what I play when I play c6 against the king's gambit. Let's say I just try to get, castled. I can walk into trouble really quickly without losing that bishop right out of the gate with that fork. Something to watch out for when you got the bishop on b5 in these kind of positions. But my bishop got kicked, c4. Computer likes d3 a lot here. Okay, it likes queen e2 a lot as well. Yeah, queen d4 is just not a good move. Yeah, bishop e7 is better now, because now this pawn's no longer pinned and I can't just play knight f3. But even here, let's see the recommended line. Now I'm threatening to win this pawn, so knight f6. Still d3. Okay, takes. C takes. Keep the bishop here. Now black can't castle. Okay. Yeah, this makes sense. The knight will be coming to f3, chasing the queen. So yeah, this is a lot of pluses for white there. Here's how the game went. I got knight f3 in immediately. Wow, knight c3. Okay, it liked my line too. Bishop takes f7. Why not king e7 here? That's my question. Queen c4. Okay, yeah, and we're probably forcing the queens off the board. So, king goes to d7. Yeah, knight takes e4. Okay, I found the computer's best line. Bishop takes e2, but if he takes here, I should go for... The computer likes this line better. Gives bishop f5. I would think here, right? Maybe this isn't all that good. Yeah, queen e8 check. King c7. I can force the queens off and just take the super happy ending. And that's good enough here. So I took the bishop instead. King c7. Now queen e2. Okay, this is all good. Knight d6. Bishop e6. That was the difference. Yeah, I lost a lot of advantage. Bishop d6. And then I've got another piece on the e file at least, so the rook here isn't going to be immediately killer. But I wanted to guard c2. Wanted to guard c2, so I went back here. Now knight d7 presents a pretty good threat. Now it wants me to give up a pawn with d4. I considered that. I just went for king here. Rook e8, queen f3. Okay, I'm still at an advantage, but I'm kind of awkward. Rook f1. Oh, knight c3. Okay, then if he comes in with g4, I can take because I'm hitting his queen. Right? So g4, knight takes e4. Take. Just getting a knight check in. King b6. Just sideline the king. Okay, but I got the 2 bishops and a couple extra pawns. I should be fine here. The development shouldn't be a big deal. Getting those queens off is just an assured victory here. I only got... I treated it a little differently in the game. I only got 1 queen off. What about just taking here? This opens things up for the queen. Bishop d6. And then I've lost all my advantage. Okay, d3. Ooh, now I give the advantage to black. Queen e2. That's the best move. This is really problematic. Knight f2. To avoid losing the queen, I have to take. Queen takes, and there's too many threats here. Yikes. Bishop e6 is the best. Just blocking that file. Not the... Kind of an ugly move, honestly. Queen f1, you gotta go king e2, king d2. So, yeah, I knew I needed to stay on f2, and I was in a hurry at this point. But I didn't see until later that this leads to a loss of my queen. But getting a knight and a rook for it is not such a bad deal. Maybe I should take with a king here. No, I suppose not. Okay, knight takes e2 is right. Queen h5. Then what to do about that pawn? Rook h1, just guard it. Okay. I suppose that makes sense. I can get a bishop to e3 and then king to d2, I suppose. Connect my rooks. I let that sucker go. Oh, he didn't play that yet. Okay, bishop here. Now it wants g3. And then I suppose if queen h5, you got rook f2. Is that the plan? Okay, we're holding on to all our stuff. If he tries to hit the rook, I can kick it. Okay. Instead, I played d4 immediately. Ooh, that's bad because of queen h5. And then I tried to run with that pawn. Yeah, this is all just really fast. And now black has an easily winning advantage. Here, probably f7 is better. Now it's harder for him to get at that pawn. With his knight, anyway. But I got my bishop developed. I'm down almost a queen in terms of material here. Can barely defend. And I realized I can't take this pawn because of the skewer. Ba-boom. So try to get my king up and about. And he lets me connect my rooks, keep them connected. That's nice. Yeah, and from here it's just a swindle. If he'd step back to the first rank, I had ideas of like bishop, king here. If he'd gone back here, I had bishop a6 ideas. I don't think it really amounts to much, actually. But he went the dangerous route. He went up. So now knight c3 made sense because I saw this check. And now I saw the pattern, and I thought a3 is for me. So yeah, just awareness of checkmates, tactics. It's a pretty one. It's almost a clean checkmate. The pawn covers this, the rook covers this, the bishop covers this, the knight covers this, the rook checks, and the rook and the bishop cover both of that square. Anyway, skin of my teeth on that one. Escaped with some luck, and had some. It was a quality swindle, I should say. There is skill in swindling. So anyway, feisty one there, folks. Good to be back, and stay feisty.